Back to Suarez, right-hand corner of the penalty area, works room for a cross, puts it in way deep to the back post, but Touré's there to get it on the byline right in the corner of the penalty area. Good footwork from Touré to get away from Torres. Now in comes the cross from Chumi, deflected up into the air above Jordi Alba. De Jong heads it further away, but comes to feet of Agueras. Now De La Hoz locks it in, and Suarez challenges for a header with Torres, but he's offside. And it's a free kick to Barcelona. 7 minutes in the second half, and really we've started much the same as the first, with Barcelona dominating possession without really having much by way of chances. And Almería looking dangerous on the break. They still lead here, the home side, 1-0 over Xavi's side. A frustrating evening fun, a lovely touch there by Frenkie de Jong to take himself away from Chumi, who knew exactly what he was doing with that foul and is quite happy to pick up the booking for it. So de Jong with a lovely touch to flick it round Chumi, who just decided the ball might be getting past me, but you're not. And that's a free kick to Barcelona on their left-hand side. A very dangerous position, it must be said. Just looking at a cross here that Almería claimed was a handball off Jordi Alba, and I think it did strike his arm, but would have been very harsh to call it a free kick. So Rafinha takes that free kick very quickly, too quickly, says the referee, and he's booked now. Well, Miguel Ortiz is bringing out the yellow cards here, 3 already in the first 7 minutes of the second half, and that one is to substitute Rafinha for taking that free kick far too early, and referee showing he's not going to be messed with there. Ortiz was still talking to Baptistao whenever Rafinha tried to send Jordi Alba away quickly, and very much put in his place there, the Brazilian. So he'll stand over this free kick and put it in left-footed, headed away by Robertoni though, and Baptistao can come away with it. Now here's Touré getting forward with him, but Almería are streaking up the middle here. Touré though decides to slow things down. There was a couple of bodies run up the middle, but he decided against it. Here's Akiemi, who plays the ball in looking for Baptistao, but a despairing diving clearing header by Gavi stops the ball from reaching him, and now Barcelona come away with it. Frenkie de Jong on the left, midway side the Almería halfline, has Jordi Alba in front of him, uses Torres, who does find Lewandowski. He just about keeps it in, loose pass from Torres. Lewandowski on the left wing, though, that's not where Barcelona want their main number 9. Here's Busquets, 35 yards out from goal, straight in front. Lewandowski in the corner of the penalty area, manages to get in via deflection, still has it Lewandowski inside the D. There's a dink pass from Busquets, well read by De La Hoz, trying to get Jordi Alba in behind. Now de Jong playing a bit of head tennis there, and Busquets brings it down, and cross from Jordi Alba is blocked out for a throw-in. And I think the referee is going to stop to check on the well-being here of Leo Baptistao, who after that bit of head tennis in midfield with de Jong, went down clutching his head. So throw into Barcelona here. And yeah, de Jong challenging hard there. I think might have caught Baptistao with a forearm actually. Feigns to dink it into the box. Instead plays out to Alba, who does a strange volleyed cross there. That ball bobbled up for him, and Martinez easily catches up. Martinez tries to send Suarez away, who applauds him for the idea, but far too long a pass, and Barcelona can get play going again with a throw-in. Christensen, 10 minutes into the second half, Barcelona still trail 1-0 here against Almería. El Bilal Touré's goal for 25 minutes, the difference is Akiemi clears that ball well, and Babic can tidy it up. Touré wins another header, but Sergio Roberto gets to him, but Robertoni challenging with him. Barcelona come away with the ball with Jordi Alba, who has definitely changed his footwear. He was wearing a pair of black boots in the first half, now wearing a pair of white ones. Away comes Gavi down the left-hand side. Good strong tackle on him by Agueras, but he gets the pass away to Torres. Now Frenkie de Jong beats the offside trap and gets to the byline on the left-hand side. Back to Torres in the corner of the penalty area. Torres now. Jordi Alba, left foot cross in, headed away by Eli. Good defending by the big Brazilian. Now Baptistao challenging with de Jong. Claims the throw in and gets the throw in. That's good persistent work there by Leo Baptistao. And Gavi now getting booked for his protest. Well, honestly, Miguel Ortiz is just giving out yellow cards here like sweets. But he is showing he's taking no nonsense, and that yellow card for Gavi means he'll be suspended for Barcelona's next league game. And yeah, let's say Miguel Ortiz, that's 2 bookings now, Barcelona. 1 for Rafinha for taking a free kick too quickly, and 1 for Gavi for hostile protest too much. So Barcelona come forward again here now with Rafinha. Loose pass to De Jong, has to chase it, Rafinha, and does. Has it now in midfield for Barcelona. Left-footed pass right to Jordi Alba, and now Ferran Torres hugging that touchline on the left-hand side in line with the edge of the penalty area. Cuts infield and goes back to Garcia. Now Christensen coming forward, approaching the penalty area, uses Sergio Roberto in the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Back to Rafinha. Loops it in towards the back post, looking for Gavi, and he is just nudged off of that ball by Leo Baptistao, much to the delight of those Almería fans down front of them who are giving Gavi a real piece of their mind there. And it's been an extremely frustrating first 13 minutes of this half for Barcelona. They've picked up 3 yellow cards, 2 of them for protesting, one of which was to their manager Xavi, the other to Gavi, and then 1 for Rafinha for taking a free kick far too quickly when the referee was still speaking to the Almería player. 15 minutes gone, they're 1-0 down, and you can sense that their frustrations are growing here. They still have half an hour to turn this around, but Almería will not make it easy. Robert Tony, good strong midfield play from him to keep it, but eventually he'll lose out to Gavi now over halfway. Gavi has 5, Robert Tony needs to be careful. He's a yellow card. Rafinha coming forward, gets past Babic, he's into the box here. Rafinha on the right hand side in the box, cuts on his left foot, digs to the back post, looking for De Jong, who keeps it alive. To Gavi in the edge of the box, blocked behind by Eli. And that's a corner for Barcelona. Well, there wasn't really. That's one of their best chances so far, Barcelona. Rafinha getting to the byline. His cross went beyond Frankie de Jong, but just like Baptistao in the first half, some good athleticism from the Dutchman to keep that ball alive and create the chance for Gavi, who drove that ball on the edge of the box, but deflected behind by Rodrigo Eli. It'll be Barcelona's 6th corner coming up now. Can they do something this one? Rafinha to take it. Out swinger, headed away by Eli. Good strong clearance by the Brazilian. Out as far as Jordi Alba, back to Rafinha. Will he get another chance at crossing? No. They'll play it along to Frankie de Jong, now 35 yards out from goal. Centre of the pitch, closed down by Touré. Now Jordi Alba, left foot across in, headed away again by Eli. The ball's like a magnet to his head right now. And then cleared on, out for a throw by Baptistao. Back doing his defensive duties as we hit the hour mark here in Andalusia. Still Almería 1, Barcelona 0. Barcelona's frustrations growing almost by the second. Now De Jong, middle of the park, stands on the ball. Then Busquets, nice pass into the feet of Gavi. Now Ferran Torres, Gavi again, and line the edge of the penalty on the left, Jordi Alba. De Jong, right foot across into the back post for Sergio Roberto, but that's far too long for a goal kick. Xavi applauds, but he must be getting frustrated with his side here. Half an hour to turn this around, but so far they have shown no signs that they're going to do that. But you can never rule out this Barcelona team. And if they were to come away with anything other than 3 points here still, you have to think they'd be very disappointed with that, given Real Madrid only drawing yesterday and the opportunity to extend their lead at the top to double figures is here. But Almería have been well worth their lead. Now, Akiemi's able to tidy up after Lewandowski won that header as he launches that one into touch for a throw-in just inside the Almería half on the left, Barcelona's left, as Christensen now has it right on the centre spot. Sergi Roberto. Rafinha gets the better of Akiemi, cuts infield on his left foot. He's in the middle of the park now. Rafinha, nice pass, almost in for Torres. Good interception by Chumi. And now Almería can break away with Suarez. He's outnumbered 4-1. Still going Luis Suarez and still holds possession. Good for hold-up play there by the Colombian. And Almería now have it in safe hands with Akiemi, who turns away from Rafinha and is turning in towards a bit of trouble, but uses Eli. And Akiemi gets the ball back now in the centre of midfield, the left back. Left foot a pass forward looking for Touré. Has he beaten the offside trap? He did, but couldn't control it, and Garcia is able to come away. So almost in behind again there, El Bilal Touré. Now Sergio Busquets gets forward a bit more urgency now. Barcelona captain. So Sergio Roberto, who controls that one with his face. Some protests of handball, but I got one hit him square in the face. Now here's Lewandowski. Right left to Torres and line the edge of the penalty area. Cuts in field on his right foot, Torres. Lewandowski to the byline, left footed cross in over the head of everybody. Robertoni tries to come away with it, but Rafinha will pick it up at the back post. Nutmegs Robertoni looking for Sergio Roberto, but Martinez is quickly out to it, and he will smother the ball and lie on top of it. So good job. He was alert to that one because that was a sneaky little pass from Rafinha through the legs of Robertoni. But Fernando Martinez in the Almería goal saw it coming. Akiemi was definitely onside there, but just couldn't control it. But now they'll try and look for him again. Good turning header away by Garcia, won it well. Busquets and Aguero's challenge in midfield, and it comes to Baptistao. To Chumi on the right hand side, midway inside the Almería half. Ran out of options and ends up giving it away. Jordi Alba. Now Busquets coming over halfway. Busquets looks to send Lewandowski down the left hand side. It's now Ferran Torres. As De Jong close to Lewandowski breaks into the box. Here's the cross looking for him. Headed over in the end by Rafinha. The ball didn't even make it to Lewandowski, who is claiming the referee has on his shirt pulled anyway, but Rafinha's glancing header goes over the bar. So nothing doing. Barcelona still frustrated. Rafinha leaping high above Bavic, but couldn't direct his header goal bound to trouble Martinez, who will take the goal kick instead. 64 minutes played here now at the Estadio de los Juegos Mediterráneos. And it's Almería 1, Barcelona 0. Could we be witnessing a shock result here? Now Barcelona still coming forward, but Chumi does well to win that back and concedes a throw, wins a throw, should I say, right on the halfway line on the right-hand side. And we're going to have stoppage in play. Still, at this point, no shots on goal for Barcelona, as that looks like Ronald Araujo and Marcos Alonso getting ready. Ter Stegen coming out of his box here to get that ball, but Touré is offside anyway, and Ter Stegen takes a quick free kick. Christensen, yeah, looks like Araujo and Alonso, two defenders, but maybe just trying to up the ante and play it from the back here. Busquets. And the field, lovely turn there by Gavi. He's into the box. Baptista has to be careful, and is very good defending from the Brazilian. Back come Barcelona again. They will try and start from the back. Torres. Middle of the park now for Garcia. Short pass to Christensen. Stands on the ball and gives it back to his centre-half partner. Now Jordi Alba. Lots of red and white shirts in there. Alba's cross. Aru looking for De Jong, but Martinez again read it well and plucks it out of the Andalusian night sky. We are going to get the subs. It's going to be Marcos Alonso, are we? Maybe not just yet. Nope, not just yet, but Marcos Alonso is preparing to come on there. Flick on for Robertoni there, asking Touré to chase, but asking too much of him, and Christensen beats him to it. And we'll bring the ball out from the back. Garcia in the middle of the pitch now, middle of his own half, to Jordi Alba. He'll take it over halfway. Gavi to Busquets in the edge of centre circle in the Almería half now. Gavi approaching the penalty area on the left-hand side. Good tackle De La Hoz, but Alba has it in the corner of the penalty area now. Now Torres. Gavi, right-footed cross in, and that will take one bounce and go out for a goal kick. Nobody in the end of it. And Almería will let Barcelona do that all evening. And the first sub, it's going to be Eric Garcia will come off to be replaced by Ronald Araujo. Garcia booked anyway. And Araujo on here, so I'm assuming Xavi is wanting to change things the way Barcelona are playing at the back as the Uruguayan international comes on. And then the other man to come on is Marcos Alonso. And he's going to play Jordi Alba. So he's going to go in, has played a little bit at centre half recently, Alonso, but will go in at left back for Jordi Alba, who has had a few crossing opportunities, but otherwise a bit frustrating evening down that left-hand flank. as Christensen wins a header. So those two changes Barcelona after Rafinha replaced Kessie at halftime. And now Araujo for Garcia and Alonso for Jordi Alba. Here is the former Chelsea man Alonso on the ball, first time coming forward on the left. Gives it to Torres, keeps it in. Here's Gavi. Torres now turns Torres into the feet, looking for Sergio Roberto, but that's going to run all the way through to Martinez, who's happy to pick that up, and then we'll roll it out to Chumi to get us going again on the right-hand side for Almería. Chumi, showing a bit of pace there, has Touré in front of him. Christensen wins a header. Suarez does not beat Araujo the second ball. Good defending with the Uruguayan. And now Busquets can put his foot on the ball midway inside his own half and try and pick out a gold shirt in front of him. Instead, rolls it into Christensen. And now Araujo will come up over halfway line. Back to Christensen in the centre circle now. Out left to Alonso. Who's Ferran Torres hugging the touchline, about 35 yards out from goal though. So again, Almería happy to let him stay out there for as long as he wants. Torres again now in line with the edge of the penalty area. Barcelona playing some passing triangles around in midfield here. Alonso crossfield pass to Rafinha, who knocks it down Araujo. Good strong tackle there by Robertoni, who's already on the booking, so that had to be good. And it is, so he'll force Barcelona to start again. Rafinha now on the right-hand side to Busquets, around 35 yards and goal, straight in front. And he loses out. Now Suarez comes away. Higueras back to Akiemi. And Almería now look to come away. Long ball forward looking for Suarez. Araujo lets it bounce. He misjudged that one. Suarez putting him under a lot of pressure here on Araujo. And eventually he'll put it back to his goalkeeper. But he made that a lot more difficult than it should have been and allowed Luis Suarez to get a sniff on that one. Barcelona definitely dominating possession more, but now Almería coming out against Chumi over the halfway line on the right-hand side. Still going Baptistao. Now out to Higueras on the right-hand side. Inigo Higueras is fouled by Marcos Alonso. He drew that foul, Higueras. Well done him to win his side. A pressure-relieving free kick and potentially one in the dangerous area. Right on that right-hand touchline, around 35 yards out. Barcelona just really, really frustrated today. They haven't I don't believe yet they've had a single shot on target all game. And now Almería with their rowdy little section in the corner, bouncing up and down. That's starting to spread around the ground. Do they believe a second goal's coming? It's going to be Robertoni to take the free kick, right-footed into the box. Nearly picks out Babic. It comes to Suarez, blocked. Oh, out of nowhere, Luis Suarez arriving at the back post, striking that on the half volley, and Marcos Alonso, I think more by chance than by design, got in the way of that. The first one was aimed at Babic, good header away by Christensen, but Suarez arrived to strike it on the half volley and off Alonso and out for a corner. Well, Almería now putting some pressure on. And they're going to have a corner now from their left-hand side. And Suarez, after winning that corner, looks to make a nuisance himself in the box, dragging Sergio Roberto around with him. Babic up against Christensen, Eli with Araujo. Here comes a corner too long. It'll go over the top of everybody, and Gavi will retrieve it on the left-hand side. So disappointing effort in the end in that corner as we hit 70 minutes here in Andalusia. Still, Almería 1, Barcelona 0. Can the home side hold out for what would be a famous and crucial league victory? The side, as I said, they've come in to this game off the back of 3 straight defeats in which they conceded 11 goals. So this will be quite the turnaround if they are able to come away with 3 points. Now De Jong on the left. Torres, right foot across in over the head of everybody. Oh, and it nearly crept in at the back post. Rafinha threw himself at it, but instead Torres' cross goes all the way out for a goal kick. Rafinha a little bit worse for wear after that. Torres' cross in the left-hand corner of the penalty area over the head of Eli. Rafinha stretching for it, and in the end collided with Martinez, and the ball just skips past that back post. Torres' cross almost went all the way in. which shows you really that across is Barcelona's real best chance so far. Shows you how they have been, how blunt they have been attack-wise. Really not like them. But as I said, this whole 72 minutes so far really has given off the vibe that they are still suffering from that European exit on Thursday night. Alonso, under pressure from Suarez, is forced to hook the ball out for a throw-in midway inside the Barcelona half, and at 72 minutes, Almería are preparing their first 2 subs of the game, by the looks of it. Barcelona have made 3 already. So throw into Almería, the side that they lost against other Catalan opposition last week, 6-2 to Girona. The week before that, 3-2 to Real Betis. And before that again, 2-0 to Rayo Vallecano. So not coming in on a rich vein of form. They'd only won 1 of their 8 games since the break. But here's Barcelona coming on a really fast attack. Frenkie de Jong is getting behind, under pressure on Babic, and the Serbian does so well to close down the gap there. Just 3 quick passes took Barcelona from defence to attack very quickly. And Frenkie de Jong looked like he'd got in behind the defence, but Srdan Babic, the big Serbian centre half, stuck to his task well. And in the end, nothing comes of it. So I was just about to say that Almería have only won 1 of their 8 games since coming back from the winter break, drawing 3 others and losing the other 4. So this will be a huge carrot for them if they were to hold on here the last 15 or so. Ferran Torres dances into the box and gets to the byline. Good block there by Chumi, and Baptista is back to get to the second ball and clear up the line. Now Suarez can keep it and wins a throw off Christensen. Good play by him. Suarez and Touré have been asked to do a lot of hold-up play up front today without much support, and they have done it admirably. None more so, better example, than Touré's goal for 25 minutes. Rodrigo Eli's long ball, chested down by Touré into the path of Suarez, who waited, and then played the perfectly weighted pass over the top of Christensen, caught a bit flat-footed for Touré to run on to, took a touch, then smashed it past Ter Stegen via the underside of the bar. A great striker's goal from El Bilal Touré, and that's the difference so far, as Babic beats Sergio Roberto that ball, and then Higuera beats Lewandowski to it. Now Frenkie de Jong and Ferran Torres, the left-hand side, 15 yards out from goal, cuts back, right foot across the back post. Lewandowski wins a header, but it's going to come all the way back out to Torres, who keeps it in right on the byline. Right foot across again towards back post. There's Araujo, and what's he doing? Didn't have a shot. Ronald Araujo had all the time in the world arriving at the back post. I thought for sure he was going to head that towards goal, but instead he chose to head it back across goal to find a teammate, and he couldn't do it. The ball was long. The initial one came in for Lewandowski. His header was skewed out back to Torres, whose cross came in too deep for everybody. Araujo, right at the corner of the 6-yard box, just did nothing with that header. He was almost caught on his heels with it, but instead of powering it towards goal, he decided to head it back across goal, and Frenkie de Jong couldn't get on the end of it. So a substitute for Almería as we strike 75 minutes, and it will be Luis Suarez who will be withdrawn. And he has had a superb game. He has done a lot of thankless running, setting up the goal. He has been very, very good today. A real thorn in Barcelona's side all game. So we'll just see who all those subs are now. One at Lucas Robertone, another man who's had an excellent game. He's off. Adrian Mbarba is on. Robertone has been excellent in midfield today, but after being on a booking, they decided to remove him for Adrian Mbarba. Barcelona also making a change in the middle of that, I may add. Sergio Roberto being withdrawn. A frustrating day for him. He'll be replaced by 18-year-old Angel Alarcon for this last 15 minutes. And as I said, it also looked there Luis Suarez was going to be coming off. And still remains to be seen, though, who has replaced him. Well, in actual fact, Torres in on goal here now. Sorry, I was trying to figure out some substitutes, and all of a sudden a snap cross put Ferran Torres in, but he couldn't get a touch on it, and it bounced into the hands of Martinez. Marcos Alonso's pass. Torres, well, he was offside anyway, actually, in hindsight, but he couldn't get a good enough touch on it to beat Martinez. So we'll work out those subs here in a second, because a couple of them have changed from what was originally named on the team sheet. Alarcon is definitely on the pitch, but it remains to be seen who he has actually replaced. We're trying to work that out now here. So Largi Ramanzani, the Belgian forward, will replace Luis Suarez. That's been confirmed now. So Ramanzani will go on for the last 14 minutes or so. Suarez has done a lot of good work today. But here is Torre now immediately into the action, into the feet of Lewandowski in the edge of the box. Back to Alonso, cross in, good have headed away by Akiemi, and away again by De La Hoz. And now, here come Almería, and there's a free kick. And immediately Pablo Torre gets into the action by fouling Ramazani. So there's a free kick to Barcelona, sorry, to Almería, just outside their own box. Yeah, a trip there from Torre on Lamanzani. Well, with the way Miguel Ortiz has been flashing yellow cards tonight, I think Torre can maybe count himself lucky not to end up in his notebook there. So free kick to be taken by Eli here. Lewandowski protests he's taking too long. Eventually it's knocked long, looking for Toure. Alonso, they will take it on the chest on the left-hand side and boots it up the left line. Header won again by Eli and De La Hoz. And now Chumi trying to find Lamanzani, but the Belgian was slightly offside, so let that one run through to Ter Stegen, who gets things rolling again with Christensen. Ronaldo Araujo now seems to be taking that almost like a right-back role of a back three, and is getting forward. Still not sure what he was thinking of that header at the back post. I think he was caught in two minds, not sure he was expecting it to reach him. Now here's Lewandowski got the ball on the edge of the D. Rafinha closed down well, and is forced to go with Alarcon. And now here's Alonso, left-footed cross into the box. Finds Lewandowski, but just glanced off the big Polish striker's head and behind for a goal kick. A good, dangerous cross by Alonso, but just Lewandowski was stretching for it. Araujo was coming in behind him. Maybe it would have been better leaving it for him, but Lewandowski's head flicking that one past the post. We're going to have another couple of subs here for Almería as we approach the 80th minute mark. Their fans in great voice here this evening, and why not? They are 10 minutes away from causing one of the upsets of the season here and lifting themselves out of the relegation zone. They come forward looking for Toure, but too long for him, and Ter Stegen going to roll it out and get us going again. There's De Jong to Alonso over halfway now. Gavi. Alonso on the left-hand side, 10 yards inside the Almería half. Gives it left Ferran Torres. Alarcon now is fouled by Baptistao, I believe that is. No yellow card given, but a free kick to Barcelona as Alarcon went over the outstretched leg of Leo Baptistao. A tired-looking challenge from the Brazilian, it must be said. He may be one of the next two Almería players who have drawn. He's worked hard for 80 minutes. We'll see here now, but no subs to be made before this free kick's taken. As Torre will be left to it, go over and take it. He will take it right-footed, in swinging, right in line with the edge of the penalty area, about 10 yards to the left of it. In comes across a dangerous one that's headed away by Babic. It comes to Alarcon inside the box, deflected, saved by Martinez. And after 81 minutes, Fernando Martinez has a meaningful save to make, and it's from Angel Alarcon's shot. Torres' free kick into the back post, headed away well by Babic. Came to Alarcon, who took a bit of a heavy touch, which meant he had to rush the shot, but still got it through a crowd of bodies into the hands of Martinez. Now Toure has done excellently well to get on the end of that ball, but couldn't control it. And De Jong comes away now. De Jong's pass via deflection finds its way to Ferran Torres. Torres out left, Marcos Alonso on the edge of the penalty area. Here's the cross, headed away again by Babic. He's won everything in the air. Eli and Babic have been superb at the back. Away comes Baptista, striding away. If he can get it out left, he can. Now, Almería coming forward again. Araujo, wow, that was Alarcón with just a dreadful challenge by the youngster Angel Alarcón on Mbarba. And he's going to escape a yellow card. But that was a really poor... You can't even blame it on tiredness for Alarcón. He's only on the pitch less than 5 minutes. But Baptista, a lung-busting run forward, getting it out of danger, then immediately pulling up with cramp as he gave it to Mbarba, who was then failed by a silly challenge by Alarcón on the left-hand touchline. And here come those subs now. It'll be Samu and the former Sevilla man Alex Pozzo who are going to enter the fray. And it'll be Inigo Egueras, who has covered 10 kilometres tonight. Will be replaced by Alejandro Pozzo for one of those subs. And the other coming off, I believe, is the Brazilian Baptista. It is indeed. And he's replaced by Samu Costa. So we've hit 83 minutes. Great shift by both Egueras and Baptista. And Baptista was replaced then by Samu Costa and Pozzo for Egueras. Right. Mbarba. Tackled by Rafinha. Throw in Barcelona. Throw in Almería. 7 minutes of normal time to go and Almería still hold this 1-0 lead. And you have to say, Barcelona have come out in the second half and have not done enough to earn a goal. I said at halftime that I'm sure Xavi had some crosswords in the dressing room, but they have not had the desired effect. And Barba, good touch. Costa gets his first touch. Left-footed volley outside the box, dipping. And Ter Stegen had to be careful with that one. A good effort by the sub, Samu Costa, with a left-footed dipping volley. And Ter Stegen was able to catch it well. But that could have been awkward. So Barcelona now instead will come away with Alonso. Now Torre on halfway line now with De Jong. Pablo Torre to Torres at 35 yards on goal, right-footed cross, headed up into the air by the defender, and Martinez claims it come from it. Chumi got his head to it into the air, and immediately Almería tried to come away here, but Christensen stops that. Just as they thought that Ramazani could maybe get in behind him. Good interception again by Chumi on Torres' pass. Alonso in behind, cleared away by Eli again, and further clear by Pozzo, who puts it out for a throw-in under pressure from Gavi. 5 minutes of 90 remaining here at the Estadio de los Juegos Mediterráneos. Almería are 5+ stoppage time away from a famous victory, and Barcelona are 5+ stoppage time away from their second defeat in 4 days, and well and truly ending their unbeaten run. Here's Torres, right-footed cross, headed away again by Eli, out for a throw-in by 35 yards out from goal. Rodrigo Eli has been excellent this evening. He and his centre-half partner, Serdan Babic, have thwarted everything Barcelona have thrown at them. Almería are really proud, really battling display here tonight, and it could earn them 3 points. Let's not speak too soon, though. Alonso plays the 1-2 with Torre, and now Torres has... There's a cross in, again away by Eli at the edge of the box. Almería cleared it away further. De Jong looks to build again from the centre circle. Out left to Alonso. Cross in from Alonso, won by Araujo, and just glanced wide. Ronald Araujo, who appears to be operating as an auxiliary striker here, threw himself at that ball. A great cross from Ferran Torres, flashing across the face of goal. And Araujo did get a touch, but just couldn't direct it goal bound. But he had Martinez and the Almería goal scrambling there, and he lies inside the 6-yard box, heads in hand. He knew that was a real good chance. As Martinez sits up and takes a big breath, he also knew it was a good chance. Araujo, who spurned one earlier when instead of heading it goal bound from 6 yards out, got caught in two minds and headed it back across goal to nobody. That time he threw his body at it, but couldn't direct it goal bound. As Martinez will pick up a booking for a bit of time wasting there. Can you blame him with 3.5 minutes of the 90 to go? Almería 1, Barcelona 0. Barcelona have been poor this evening. A really frustrating one for them. They've barely had a shot on goal as their hangover from the Europa League defeat and exit at Old Trafford on Thursday night has crept into their league form on an evening here where they could have gone 10 points clear. They still can, though. Christensen into the box, looking for Lewandowski. Eli again heads away everything. Now La Manzana tries to come away. Can't. Rafinha wins it back on the right-hand side for Barcelona. Into Alarcon. Rafinha out left to Marcos Alonso. Ferran Torres cuts onto his right foot. He's now in the middle of the park going nowhere. Gives it to Rafinha. Alonso in line with the edge of the penalty area. To De Jong. Right-footed into the box. Eli, that was probably his most dodgy moment of the game there. Rodrigo Eli couldn't sort out his feet. And in the end, it deflects off him for a corner. That ball could have gone anywhere. Eli couldn't. I don't think it would work out whether to go his left or right foot. In the end, the ball skips off his shin for a corner to Barcelona. They've had a few corners tonight, Barcelona, but not one of them have come to anything. In comes a cross, headed away by Touré at the near post. The difference between the two sides there with his first half goal, heads it away. 88 minutes, Xavi looking worried on that touchline, more than pensive. He's looking outright worried. As now Kike, the Brazilian defender, will come on to the pitch to replace El Bilal Touré, who rightly gets a rapturous round of applause from his home fans. An excellent striker's performance, and so far his 25th minute goal, if they can hold out for the next 90 seconds plus stoppage time, will be the match winner today. Touré leaves the pitch to be replaced by Kike Fernandez, the Brazilian defender, as Almería look to shore up at the back here. As we approach the 89th minute, Barcelona throw in. They are going to throw everything they have at Almería in these last few minutes. Torres arrows it into the box, away by Eli, only as far as Gavi, though, to Lewandowski. He's in on goal, looked offside, Lewandowski, saved by Martinez anyway, but he was offside, just to add insult to injury, but Fernando Martinez wasn't going to risk it anyway. Oh yeah, there's Lewandowski well offside. I think he knew it too, but a good save nonetheless by Martinez. What an evening this has turned out to be for Almería. Such a frustrating one for Barcelona. And as I said earlier, after losing their unbeaten run in all competitions, that 18-match league unbeaten run hangs well and truly in the balance here. Christensen leaps to head it away, but Babic will send it high into the dark Andalusian night sky and out for a throw-in on halfway. We're about to see shortly just how many more minutes Almería will have to defend. Rafinha inside his own half, not where Barcelona want him to be. Crossfield to Alonso, who takes it over halfway on the left-hand side. Still coming forward, Marcos Alonso. Chips it into the penalty area. Eli again heads it away. What a colossus he's been at the back today. And then Gavi clashes with Samu Costa, and it's a free kick to Almería, and just what they needed as the clock hits 90. Gavi, so frustrated already on a booking for his protestations earlier in the game, needs to be careful. And yeah, he really bulldozed into the back of Costa. As we see, it's now 5 minutes added time here. So 5 more minutes for Barcelona to find a goal, even an equaliser from somewhere, and for Almería to hold out for the victory that will push them from 19th spot to 15th. What a wasted opportunity here for Barcelona to extend their lead at the top of La Liga to 10 points. And if it were to stay like this would certainly be their worst week of the season. Europa League round of 32 exit on Thursday, and are now 4 minutes away from their first league defeat since October, as Almería try to come away but can't. De Jong now, everybody behind the ball for Almería. Christensen in the centre circle, everybody ahead of the ball for Barcelona. In it comes. Header won by Rojo into the air. Lewandowski wins it. Gavi shoots. Cleared. Only as far as Christensen, 35 yards out. Dinks it into the box again. And Rojo up there. Lewandowski up there. Header over the bar. Oh dear, that's a wasted chance there. As Lewandowski, a frustrating night for the big pole. And he heads one over the bar. I don't think Lewandowski's had a shot that's troubled Martinez yet. He launched himself with that one, put all his neck muscles behind it, but couldn't direct it goal bound. And Martinez doing a couple of pull-ups on the crossbar, breathes a sigh of relief there. He has been good tonight, it must be said, but Barcelona have not given him a whole lot to do. Now away come Almería here down the left-hand side, but that ball's going to roll into touch for Mbarba. And it'll be a throw into Barcelona inside their own half, which they're going to try and get taken quickly. They do by Rafinha. Slightly further ahead and the ball went out, it must be said, but play continues. De Jong over halfway now to Alonso, left-hand side. Alonso cuts into the middle of the pitch and gives it to De Jong on the edge of the centre circle. Gavi now, all the big men are in the box. Can he deliver? Gavi does. Eli heads it away again. What a performance from him. He has headed everything that moved in this game. Between him and Babic, the whole Almería team deserve great credit for this, but the two centre-halves have been enormous all night as Costa, with a strong challenge, puts that out for a throw, which Rafinha will take 15 yards from the goal line, back to Torres, who scoops it back to De Jong, who'll look to get a ball into the box, gives it to Torres instead, 35 yards out, gets the cross in, headed away there by Costa, good diving clearance by the Almería sub. 93 minutes played, 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. Can Barcelona find that elusive goal? Torre into the box, header one, Araujo, he couldn't get touch on it, and for about the third time since coming on, Ronald Araujo has been involved in a potential goal scoring opportunity. Torre's ball into the box was a good one. It was one header by Rafinha back across goal, and Araujo was stretching and just couldn't get a touch on it, and it goes behind, much to the grimace of the travelling Barcelona supporters, as the home supporters are starting to get loud here. Rubi, their manager, looking at the watch. Xavi standing pensive. Hitting 94 minutes here now. As Barcelona come forward again. The ball's won away. Come Almería. Can Almería finish it here for 2-0 into the box? Saved by Ter Stegen and wide. Oh, could have been 2-0, and Barba broke away. He had Ramazani to square it to. He went for it himself. Straight at Ter Stegen, and the ball rebounded off and Barba out for a goal kick. Well, that was nearly the one that clinched it all and put the finishing touches on it. But instead, it's a goal kick. He could have squared it to his teammate Ramazani. He went for it himself. Straight at Ter Stegen. And it actually, I think it's rebounded off Alarcon, has it? I thought that was going to be a goal kick. But it's a corner. Well, that will work out just nicely for Almería. They keep that one right into the corner. A real scramble down there. The ball's out of play and says it come off an Almería player. We have 10 seconds left here. The crowd here at the Estadio de los Juegos Mediterráneos are on their feet. Whistles coming around the place looking for Miguel Ortiz's whistle. Ter Stegen comes out with box to launch it long. No, he won't. It's full time. What a result for Almería. They have beaten the league leaders, Barcelona, 1-0 at home here this evening to lift them from 19th to 15th place. And it means Barcelona's lead at the top will remain at 7. El Bilal Touré's 25th minute goal, the difference, after he ran on to Luis Suarez's perfectly dinked ball over the top and smashed it past Ter Stegen in off the underside of the bar. After that, Barcelona, you have to say, dominated possession without ever really creating many clear-cut chances. Fernando Martinez didn't have a save in the game to make until about the 80th minute. And Almería, well worth 3 points tonight. Barcelona, meanwhile, have had their second defeat in 4 days. And after their Europa League round of 32 exit on Thursday night, they lose their unbeaten league record that they have held since the 16th of October as they go down 1-0 here in Andalusia to Almería. And you have to say, as I said, Almería deserved it. A dreadful week for Barcelona is capped by a dreadful loss here in Andalusia. They still lead at the top of the table, but it could have been 10 points. It'll be 7 instead.